Are we live?
I think we're live. Is it working?
Are we live? Come on mine.
I've got it up on
It's not come on mine.
Definitely says it's working.
It's kicked on now. It's kicked on now. Hello everybody and welcome to a very special, very Thomas. And we have a special guest with us as well. And Thomas, would you like to introduce our guest to the lovely? Thomas, would you like to introduce our guest to the lovely?
He's worked at Sky, he's worked at BT, I think he's doing stuff for the Premier League. Now, Ed, tell us, who are you?
That's a very good question. I think with the purpose of this, the only thing that matters, I think with the purpose of this, the only thing that matters is for one evening only. Very biased today. It's for one evening only. Fan. Ian, Tom, you're here as well. Hard Oxford fan. Tom, you're here as well. Not sure why. I'm supporting the Wycombe half, but obviously like you guys, Wycombe half the area this evening. Obviously like you guys, local to the area. We all know Wycombe great to represent teams tonight. Wycombe needed a representative, and having was like, you know what, I'll come on home. And I was like, you know what, I'll come on 90 minutes and I'll give Ian some stick for 90 minutes.
We do get that comment a lot. We do get that. I don't know what comment a lot. I don't know what Tom's doing here.
Yeah, I think I'm just here to basically cut up your segments on like I just slow your roll a little bit.
I'm also here to cut your 10 minute. I'm also here to cut your 10-minute Man United state of the YouTube. State of the YouTube. You're in our Premier League.
I'm hearing that you guys seem to punctuate each other. I always assume that you were here because Tim Howard wasn't returning but you were here because Tim Howard isn't returning Ian's phone call. Not the bag.
Have you seen the team news? Have you seen the team news, guys?
Hold on, we're getting some comments a bit echoey, and I will do on my end to change that. But let's go with United lineup for today. Give me 30 seconds to drag it up on the screen. And then I'll let Ian talk for the next half an hour. Cool. There we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Oxford's lineup for this match. Ian, you want to go through it with everybody?
Yeah, well, not much to really say. Not really say. Well, the last game against changes from the last game against Paisley. The only changes obviously that Matt Taylor went back in would happen. Other than that, we all knew things would happen. Other than that, more you wouldn't have expected you wouldn't have expected very strong and looked a very strong Oxford side to me. But as always, what do you guys thought? But as always, what do you guys thought? Do you think anybody should have played? What do you think? Do you think anybody should have played that isn't playing?
17 goals this season, creates them, 17 goals this season. He's the person that creates them, scores, look out for tonight. He's the person that Wycombe are going to have to look out for tonight. Games like this, playing the game rather than the occasion, down to playing the game rather than the occasion. Talking about that before we came on air. Talking about that, I think the potential came on air. That might, I think, potentially a little bit more, just by virtue of the fact that Wycombe United go forward. They've been there a few times, United go steadily, and they have been there a few times. Tend to travel right, this can don't tend to travel right. 20,000 fans, of course, and 20,000 fans would have necessarily had sure that Wycombe, I think, would have necessarily had those numbers. I think favour, to be perfectly honest with you. It's always going to come favour, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's always going to come favour.
I talk, yeah, of course. I mean, I talk about like no crowd build-up, almost like no weight maintenance, all the build-up. It's like really a funny way to mention it. I think when the game starts, I think it would be a team too much when the game starts. It'd be kind of the level really, isn't it? We got Wycombe's team sheet. We got Wycombe's team sheet. We can put up there, Tom.
And I really hope that in days to come I'll be better at this than I am now. But here's hoping.
Let me know how you're feeling out there, Oxford fans as well. Let me know how you're feeling out there, Oxford fans as well. Are you nervous? I was pretty much all day, and then pretty much 2 hours out, the nerves started kicking now. 2 hours out, the nerves kicking now.
It's like you were saying, it's kind of I think you get into a situation whereby the sheer difference around, particularly when you're so making surroundings, particularly when you're playing in front and so make or break the game potentially. This one is going to make it a really interesting game without a shadow of a doubt. Of course, is going to be impressed without a shadow of a doubt. Two very contrasting styles because often we play really nice tidy styles in game. Wycombe are a bit more direct. How do you see that working out? A bit more direct.
If it will be like that, and the Oxford will try and get the ball down, play a lot of long ball football or anything like that. Wycombe we know play a lot more direct. Wycombe will get the ball up, play off that, and the style, both sides are successful with those styles, so both sides are successful with those styles. Kane from the approach, the thing that's worrying me is Wycombe's the thing that's worrying really good from like pieces, really good from like worried that that's an area worrying wise we also struggled behind and we also struggled a lot of and then just obviously worrying about their kind of physical threat, worrying about their kind of physical threat.
Sorry, keep going on.
One thing you could say about Wycombe, they certainly show character. Obviously that first leg, so both legs, first case going away with these days going away, it's always going to be tricky. Because you haven't played, it's going to be tricky because you haven't such a long period of time. However, I think Wycombe's style is to not dominate possession, to see possession and hit on the break, and direct possession and get into the break. The problem with that is when you see first, then you have to start to go and press the ball. And in Wycombe's case, that's exactly what happened with Fleetwood. Fleetwood scored, and all of a sudden it looked like that wasn't part of the plan. They looked surprised by that, regardless of the fact they did have that 4-1 lead, but they got themselves back into it. They did have that 4-1 lead, so they got themselves back into it without having a real pitch into it. I'd be surprised if both teams focused up to full match. I'd be surprised if both teams focused up to full match competitive game. Just by virtue of the fact that they don't really play competitive large portions of ground, keep and avoid, particularly without remarkably avoiding, particularly statistically stay in play for a lot longer.
We still having a lot of audio.
We are having a lot of
problems with audio, Tom. It's probably me.
Well, it's actually coming through on every side now. So I'm trying to change the mixer. Obviously, this is not the thing I'm most renowned for.
What are you renowned for?
Showing up. That's pretty much what I do. That's pretty much all I do.
One of the things I've been most impressed by is your personal punctuality. Tom, your personal punctuality. And that is what the viewing public wants.
It's just about to kick off. It's just about to kick off.
Ed, if you want to put your headphones in. I am going to go see if I can grab mine from upstairs, find him, and if not, everyone will be able to listen to Ed speak correctly, and he'll have to carry the program.
I'll just carry this for now.
Have you muted me, Tom?
That's fine.
Have you muted me then, Tom?
On here.
Right, we're off. We've kicked off.
Have you kicked off on yours?
Right, we're off. We're playing white. Playing white.
Oh, so mine switched over to the main.
Yeah, mine did the same.
What?
Yeah, mine did the same. On mute, so obviously we don't want any copyright. We are watching the game on mute, so I did the same thing. So I quickly flick over, but playing yellow against. Not about that. Playing yellow against. Hopefully that's the only thing I'm complaining about. Hopefully that's the only thing I'm complaining about at the end.
So, gents, we didn't actually do this, but Ian and I'm going to need an honest one from you. Here's score predictions.
honest, obviously I'm going to go win. I'll go with the same scoreline. I'll go with the same scoreline. They beat close game box to get a 3-1. Close game box to get a last-minute goal.
I mean, I came on this stream saying that. I think it'd be great for either team to win that. Obviously great for either team if they win. Obviously, however, I support my akin to the X Factor. So I'm going to support my akin. I'm going to say Wycombe. I'm going to think it will. I'm going to say Wycombe style. I'm predicting a 1-0 Wycombe way, the Wycombe style. I'm predicting a 1-0.
Being able to wrestle match being able to watch the match along with it. Obviously, why we're not watching the game on the screen.
We can't actually put the game on the screen. We strongly advise that you use us as your sound, but we would be taken off by YouTube so quickly, so we cannot actually show the match. Which is unfortunate. I'm sorry if that's what you thought was going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, quite right.
The channel is great. Quite right. The channel is great. To really ambush Sky, to really ambush Sky, yeah.
Too sad.
Sorry if anyone thought that was going to be the game, but sorry if anyone thought that was going to be the game. I was thinking about all day. I've been thinking about like how I was thinking about what I feel like if we're thinking about like how it's like a lot of it is feel like if how we win, and I think it's like a lot of it is how you know what I mean, like how you lose well, you know what I mean, like if Oxford play well, we just outplay them. Generally played quite crap. If Oxford turn up and generally play quite the like they did against last time they were at Wembley in the last time they were at Wembley, then
I mean it's two different places, isn't it, Ian? Because I don't imagine Oxford will relegate. I don't imagine when Oxford were relegated from 20 odd years ago, Division 1, as an Oxford fan you anticipated years ago, as an Oxford fan you anticipated it will not be.
Yeah, probably. Oh no, exactly right. Yeah, probably. Oh no, exactly right. Yeah,
and Oxford certainly when Oxford went down to what is now National. Certainly when Oxford went down to what is now National. I mean, that was in Wycombe's case, it has been kind of a steady. Whereas in Wycombe's case, it has been kind of a steady between generally up the leagues and then League 1 and League 2. But Wycombe has never been League 2 at this level. But Wycombe has never been, is very arguably said the biggest match, in the club's entire history, the biggest match in the club's entire history this evening.
I think you have to say that in the Championship. I mean, he was talking on BBC in the Championship. I mean, he was talking on BBC. They really only get about 4,000, and he was saying how they really only get about 4,000 fans. That's like an upgrade, big achievement in previous years. That's like an upgrade in terms of like the size of the club. And in terms of like the size of the club, hugely bigger club than Wycombe, I wouldn't say, but hugely bigger club than Wycombe, I wouldn't say, but they are a bigger side. Huge achievement for Gareth Ainsworth. It's probably huge achievement for Gareth Ainsworth. Probably. I think we've already just summed it up. I'd be like just unreal, really. I mean, I suppose Burton got unreal, really. I mean, I suppose Burton got there, didn't they, a few years ago? They're a similar side.
This is kind of the year of the underdog because this is kind of going up the year of the underdog because with Coventry going up as champions as well. If you look at Coventry and Oxford and Wycombe individually, you've got three clubs. All of Wycombe individually, you've got three clubs in the bottom half budgets would have been division this year. It kind of is the year of the underdog, but I think it's great for this area generally. Obviously, Reading have been in the Championship for a number of years now, but these two haven't actually been able to get back up there. I'd say Oxford probably have got the bigger catchment area, Ian. Would that be fair?
Yeah, for sure. I would say so. It's not a big footballing. I mean, you both. Tom, you still live there. You've lived in Oxford, and it's like it's not a huge following for the club on a weekly basis. There's a lot of fair weather support, and that was probably even the case even when we were last back in the Championship.
That would have been at the old
Manor Grounds.
At the Manor Grounds. I think my first ever football match was at the Manor Ground.
What?
Did you just watch Marcus Brown shoot, Ian? Okay, yeah. You are a second behind. You are a second behind me now.
Yeah. Brown.
I assumed you knew something we didn't, because my stream changed over to Manchester United as well.
I was like watching it. I was like watching it off, and I was like, the bloody not. CGI'd images of like red devils fighting, like swans or something.
We talked about this beforehand and said, right, well, let's just make sure that we are sort of all roughly, in sync with each other more or less. And I thought, is he like 3 minutes ahead of us?
I was convinced. I was like,
let's be fair on this as well. I'm going to be excited if Oxford get like 45 yards from goal. So and thank you to Jake Green as well, a lot helping out Tom with audio stuff. So
yes.
I was well aware it was probably mine, and it's probably because my computer setup is really crap. Where if I put headphones, it's going to be able to hear me, which may be a good thing. I don't know.
I mean, we say that, but it's not really me. We want the sound to go away for.
So Tom, if you were to, I mean, it's a silly question really, because you're wearing Oxford United gear.
Yes.
Do you have any favourite in the game in terms of style or just a preference?
I think watched Oxford all season, watched them challenge basically Premier League sides every time they came to the Kazam.
That's very true.
That to me they play what I would say is aesthetically pleasing brand of football. And as somebody who's always hated Pep Guardiola's Barcelona teams, I'm not really one for that like the best passing style. But Oxford play really good attacking. They keep the ball down a lot more, whereas Wycombe can be a lot more A to Z of the ball, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know. One is generally slightly more exciting to watch than the other. I think when you talk about styles. And watching Oxford play against Newcastle, genuinely hold their own for 120 minutes great. Watching them against City, where City won and they
acquitted themselves very well in that game.
Yeah, that was it. Every time I've seen them, their personality as well has shone. Carl Robinson is an absolute nutcase. And that's shown itself well. It's hard not to root for him. This game just. I've only watched 8 minutes. It really looks like a toss-up.
I mean, actually, Carl Robinson was really interesting in the build-up to this one because he said that if you kind of resort to calling Wycombe the long ball team or whatever, it's disrespectful because that style has got them to Wembley as much as Oxford style has got them to Wembley. And I have seen a couple of comments on social media saying that Wycombe shouldn't be able to go up because of the style of football they play, which to me seems, farcical, really. Because as far as I'm concerned, if it's within the laws of the game and it gets you points and it gets you wins, gets results, kind of anything goes, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, there you go.
Anything does go.
So looks like
have you not seen this? Have you not seen this?
First corner for Wycombe. No.
Got it! Come on. There we have it.
That is an absolute
before 9 minutes on the clock. Wycombe score from a set piece, and it was that, Ian, that you said you were worried about before.
That is an absolute clusterfuck from Eastwood. What the hell? He's just.
Again, I obviously think I am a little bit behind you.
When you say it, you're not going to be happy. I mean,
I think you were ahead of us there, Tom.
Well, maybe I am, but that is bad goalkeeping. Bad defending as well. Run in on the back post. Ooh.
Yeah, not great, is it? It's not great. Not good. From Wycombe's point of view, it's a very, very well worked goal, I'd say. But
that for me is one that they'll have looked at in training. I think just Ian, I don't know if you remember, to back end of the game against Portsmouth, there were a couple of times that Eastwood had looked a little bit shaky. I think he came for a cross and missed it. He had the ball and actually cleared it into a Portsmouth player, and it looked at one point like it might go in. It didn't, of course. But for me, have Wycombe looked at that on the training ground and said, well, let's have Wycombe looked at that. The first thing you would generally do is always try and test a goalkeeper out early on. You go and put someone on the goalkeeper, and you then basically see, is he going to be comfortable coming for crosses? Because if he is, then we won't do that because we'll constantly lose possession that way. But 1-0 Wycombe, less than 10 minutes in.
He's been the subject of some criticism this year. It's not. He has been not up to the. He's been an excellent goalie for Oxford. I wouldn't say he's been excellent this year. He always seems to make good saves in games, but he has got crept in a number of times.
It's his second spell with the club, isn't it? Because he was there before. In fact, was he there when they went up via the playoffs?
He actually did a single game.
No, because it was
single game.
Yes, that's correct.
So, but I mean, he's been Oxford's #1 keeper and done a damn fine job. But I'm sure there'll be some Eastie haters out there. They see there's been a lot of people looking to replace him.
I mean, for me, that is as much a defensive error as it is a goalkeeping one. Really. I don't know if you lose concentration at that particular point, but as it stands, as we say, Wycombe currently 1-0 up, and now
you're a goalkeeper. You're a goalkeeper. I trust very strongly.
Not anymore.
You made that error.
Not anymore. Probably.
Every goalie's made errors, isn't he? But,
absolutely.
Do you think James Henry should have been sent off for handball on the line?
I think I'd have if I were the referee, I imagine as the referees that I'd probably give them the benefit of the doubt, considering it's 1-0 10 minutes in. But this will suit Wycombe at the moment. Clearly, scoring a goal will suit a team. But for Wycombe personally, Wycombe now are not under any particular obligation to go and press Oxford, particularly. And that will suit the way they want to play. They will want to get another one on the board, of course they will. But at the moment, I can see Wycombe consolidating for the next 10 minutes, settling into the game and just slowing the pace down a little bit. Oxford are going to have to now come up with something.
Well, we need James Henry to score a screamer like he did against Pompey. I don't know if you saw that goal, but smashed it in from a corner.
Yes.
No, you don't see it. I'm talking about the own goal, obviously. When I have to explain the jokes, they usually go down.
Sorry, I was just sat there. I was just in the silence. I thought that gag's fallen flat, hasn't it? That was a reference joke we both needed to have seen.
Yeah.
Thought you had seen it.
I saw the second leg, so I saw
the second leg.
The 1-1 draw. I think I saw it after Portsmouth 1-0 up.
I mean, it has been a story in the playoffs of trying to come back. Like it's not been a steady journey by any stretch of the imagination. And
I think they're down in every game, haven't they? So.
They've yet to take the lead. Technically, they're in the final. So you know.
So it's his own goal.
It does come off Eastwood. They just keep replaying it. Every time they replay it, I stop paying attention to what we're saying to each other, and I go, what in God's name? I really wish they managed to get in like a bit more time for League One teams just to get warm, because you can tell how stale it's been for all of the teams. None of them look back. To scratch.
So far?
Sorry.
Wycombe have looked pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Wycombe have looked pretty good so far.
There's plenty of time, Ian. There's plenty of time.
To say, so they haven't really been.
That sounds like the voice of a man who's quite ready to turn the channel over.
Come on, yellows.
Come on, you yellows. Excellent. Right. Okay. So the sound is just about working. Which is a good thing. Sorry. Just.
We talked about it, didn't we? We talked about whether or not the teams had had the time to get what they would probably consider to be truly match fit, and I think that would have been probably 5 or 6 games, get into that point where you're totally in the groove. And in that regard, certainly Fleetwood, and I imagine Wycombe themselves to a point, were pretty surprised by that first result they got when they went up there, because to win 4-1 in a playoff leg away from home, first game back, was phenomenal, and really was where the tie was won and lost on the night. But yeah, it's one of those ones where, as we say, the ball statistically stays in play a lot more without fans. Big pitch, later down the line, you want to be ahead, and ideally not having to do a lot you
Sorry, I am definitely ahead of you guys.
I think you are.
I mean, there's not been any goals. I'll scream loudly.
To be honest, I'm not even. I mean, you're ahead of us, but you're not that far ahead. I'm not totally sure that was in connection to.
There's a foul.
Time on yours, say, Tom.
I'm at 15:51.
you're like 30 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah.
15 ahead of me.
Yeah. It was just the foul.
For that old chip pickup.
I thought you were going to say you're at half time.
Yeah.
The score is.
Also, have we talked about Gareth Ainsworth's trousers? They are tight. They are so tight.
If you got it, flaunt it.
He looks like a
1970s porn star. No excuses for you.
It does look mildly like Fabio's on the sideline for them. That's where I'm at. Yeah. This is Wycombe are in total control right now, aren't they?
I mean, this
yeah.
Which is a slight surprise to me. I thought they'd sit in, consolidate possession, and just get a foothold in the game and establish it at 1-0, as it were, rather than, if you like, risk it going forward again. But I think they're smelling blood a little bit with this Oxford side. That's what it looks like to me. And they're certainly getting a lot of joy on the edge of Oxford's final third.
Yeah, they're winning the ball back in the center of the pitch as well. Routinely, they're in there nice and quick. They're closing down. They're hunting in packs. Like it's a really good performance thus far from them. They're playing really well.
Just like the start of the Pompey first leg, Oxford fans, just calm down. You just need to weather the storm. We'll get our chances.
Don't worry, and you'll see it in a second. There hasn't been a goal.
I'm watching you, and then I know something's coming.
Oh, it's a good move. It's a really good move here from Oxford. I'm not really sure who struck because I'm trying to talk to you. Look at our stream. Long's come very close. It's a great effort.
Yeah, unlucky boys.
Can you imagine, by the way?
Get him going, Carl.
If I had stadium sound on, please tell me that you can hear Carl Robinson screaming his head off. Because that is the one man. Minian went to a game that he was suspended for, and he's up in the rafters with Tiger. And you hear him screaming abuse at his players. Above.
Actually, we weren't at the game. We were. I remember we watched Oxford commentary on telly.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Carl Robinson was up in the back of the stadium at the Kassam Stadium with like the two coaches, and they just looked like they're having the worst day of their life. Just up there with Robinson, screaming
his head off, like an absolute nut. It's great. But, I imagine in Wembley his voice is carrying right now.
Just to confirm, someone's commented. Have you guys got your YouTube windows muted?
I have, yeah. I just closed it actually as well because I wondered if that might.
I don't have a YouTube window open.
Okay. So we've got a bit of the echo trouble back, I think.
Yeah,
that might.
That's what I'm seeing. Our current situation is that we really need to find some headphones more than anything else because I've tried to lower Ian's sound as much as I can so it wouldn't have effect, but I think it's still coming across quite strongly. I will keep looking at that.
I think if I plug mine in though, I think it's just going to take because of Skype being rubbish.
Give it a try, Ian, because if this works, that would be. Oof. Again, everyone watching, we do apologize about the sound. I mean, we got the image up though, which I'm currently very impressed by. Hey, Ed, I know you do this for a living. I do this for fun. Like three times a week.
And it is funny.
Right, in Alex.
Yeah, so when I was talking with headphones on, you guys couldn't hear me what I was saying, so...
Yes.
Oh, no, we can hear you. I just don't think we were ignoring you.
No, I don't think you could. I'm usually quite captivating.
Oh.
Well, this is not going to plan, is it, Oxford fans?
No, it's early. It's still very early.
What time do we start calling for Robinson out?
Sure.
Wow.
Surely we started that, haven't we?
20 minutes into the playoff final, he's lost his head.
I mean, that's
I tell you, I've seen Ricks put in better performances than this.
You haven't, Ian.
Get back Gary Waddock. Get back Brian Talbot. All is forgiven.
I'd like to see Brian McBride play for Oxford. I think it would have been great here.
Why?
I think Tom's just trying to crowbar the American angle in again.
Yeah. Has any American ever played for them?
Kind of. There was a guy called John Paul Pittman.
I remember John Paul Pittman.
I'm not sure if I think he was like half American.
I think he might have played for Wycombe as well, John Paul Pittman.
I think he did, yeah.
There you go. Crossing the divide.
Yeah. It's only a short trip down the M40 though, isn't it?
I was wondering about that, Ian. To what extent would you consider Wycombe rivals? Because for me, with Oxford, it's the Swindon rivalry that seems to be felt really
any Oxford fan would always say Swindon's the biggest rivals, but I would always say Swindon's the biggest rival. I consider it seems to be a churlish thing that Wycombe say it's a derby and Oxford very quickly say it's not a derby. But I've always considered them to be pretty much a big rivalry game, along with like Reading.
I think proximity-wise, yeah, it certainly is. I mean, Wycombe, rather curiously, have got a rivalry of sorts with Colchester United, which dates back to the 90s, where they were both trying to get into the league and were very, very close together at the top of the table. Slough Town, when they were in non-league, and that wasn't actually that long ago, rather bizarrely. But yeah, you'd have to say, as we say, proximity-wise, that this is... There is a certain element of local pride at stake here.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
As well as a place in the Championship, which at the moment is going Wycombe's way. 22:30 on the clock, and it looks like we're going to have a drinks break.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not us, obviously.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed none of us have a beer in our hand right now. We've done really well for that. Just replaying the goal again.
Rectify that at any time, Tom, if you like.
And I think you need a drink more than any of us. I think you have the most skin in this game.
Doesn't need telling twice. I thought he was off.
Yeah, I've been watching Oxford since the early 90s. I've had a lot of experience watching them lose.
So that header, when you look at the replay on the GDS, and now here, Stewart gets the head on, and it does seem to come off Eastwood. I'm not sure that is going in. It's actually going parallel with the goal line back across the face of goal, albeit just a couple of feet out.
Yeah. That may well go down as an own goal then, which is not what you want as a goalkeeper. At this point in the game, is it?
I think it always just begs the question how, doesn't it? You know, that's that kind of intrigue, and normally it's the ball hits the post and then hits the goalkeeper in the back or on the arm or something and goes in. Really, really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I think we see now Gareth Ainsworth talking to his players. I think he'll be certainly very satisfied with the way it's. And if you're Carl Robinson, I think you're saying, well, there's 3/4 of the game still to go. And it's a question of not panicking, just resetting yourselves.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about again before we came on. Oxford's record against Wycombe is actually very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is good recently, yeah. But I would have liked to have seen it pushed to. I'd like to have seen it cut to Carl Robinson there, and he's like right next to like a big red button, and he's just like, shall I press it? Do I panic?
Is that how they're making substitutes now?
You just slam the button and hope it puts the right sub in for you. You don't actually get to pick.
That's it. 20 minutes in, get 4 up
Jamie
front.
Mackey at centre back.
We need to chase this game. Gung ho.
Is Jamie Mackey still on your books here?
Yeah.
Not my books, Oxford's books.
Not personally.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he started the last game. He just doesn't seem like he
doesn't have the legs. He doesn't have the legs to play
part of being a striker anymore, old Max.
He looks like he needs a partner. Because he can jostle for the ball, he can challenge the defense. But he needs someone else next to him that can still run because he is very slow.
It was like right at the start of the game in the Pompey game. There was like Mark Sykes had the ball out wide. And he looks up and there's like Mackey busted a gut to try and get in, but nowhere near quick enough to try to get on the end of it.
I'm always very wary of criticising footballers' sort of athletic abilities because I mean Tom's seen me play and I
terrifying.
Not in a million years.
That's why you play in goal, though.
I know.
Jake.
What's your excuse?
Next question, please. Jake Green says we need to throw Jamie Mackey on.
Good idea. Get him on.
Him on, Taylor on, Brown on.
Station.
Is White still at the club? Can we put White on the pitch?
Oh, White's unfortunately not.
Tough times. God.
How long was the match? 35 minutes?
Yeah, then it's over, mate. Yeah, 9 more minutes to go. Job done. Oh my God. I get updates on the YouTube live thing constantly telling me the situation, and it's like, your stream is healthy. Your stream is healthy. Your stream is in a terrible situation. Your stream is healthy. Your stream is healthy. Just like bouncing.
So it's one or the other then.
It's either producing goals.
That's probably when I talk, it's saying it's not in healthy condition.
So Rodriguez has just picked up a yellow card. I didn't even see it. Oh yeah, he's just taken him out. He's taken him out.
Yeah, that's just happened.
Absolutely done him.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Having Tom describe the game to me before it's happened is like literally having the worst possible alternative commentary. It's like listening to it in the car. Because I don't see it until about 15 seconds later. So at that point, my knowledge of the game is totally in your hands.
3-0 Oxford. 3-0 Oxford.
Yes!
Is it someone to do that from a defensive free kick position with 10 seconds left to go?
Yeah, we call him Alex Goran, not Rodriguez.
That's what I thought. I just saw the back of the shirt.
Alex Rodriguez Goran.
Why does he put Rodriguez on the back of his shirt?
I don't know. Why does no, I don't know. I've got nothing.
Thanks for turning up, Ian Allen, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here for the next hour and a half. So Woodburn hasn't started. Is there a reason for that? Because he started the last 2 games, didn't he?
No, Woodburn started the first game and then he didn't start the second game. Sykes played instead of him.
Didn't he in the shootout?
He did take one in the shootout. Yeah, it was virtually his first touch. I think it was his first touch for the match. Him and Messinio. But yeah, I wouldn't have any problems with Sykes starting ahead of him. I think Sykes had a good season.
Yeah.
Deserves to start the game.
Woodburn will come on after about 50-60 minutes.
I mean, I'd be amazed if he didn't, especially if we're losing.
Still time.
Yeah, exactly.
I went and saw Oxford when they played Coventry in Wembley.
Oh dear.
Did. That's actually interesting, that game, Tom, isn't it? Because we were both there. You supporting Cov, me supporting Oxford, but we actually didn't even know each other back then.
No, we did not. No, it was funny though to tell the car
past each other.
Probably did.
Tom, why were you supporting Coventry?
My dad's from Coventry.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just a link I hadn't heard before.
Yeah, I mean, generally, don't take your 7-year-old dad to watch cheer against his team.
We played it. Yeah, we can't do much about it.
Yeah. Ian, speak to your production manager and get some fucking headphones.
Hey, I just tried to put the headphones in and they didn't. The sound. You couldn't hear me speak.
Yeah, somebody's just suggested that we just take your sound off. It'd just be me and Ed talking. I mean, people already don't want to hear me.
Nobody needs that. Least of all, no disrespect, Tom, but least of all me.
I don't know who that player was. He just fouled Rob Dickey, but that deserves a booking.
I mean, Oxford have performed better since the drinks break. They've done that every game. It's almost like the first 15 minutes. They're just not turning on yet, and that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Getting a little bit nippy out there, and often players just throwing themselves on the ground. Interesting.
Oof.
Yeah.
Tom's echo is pretty hilarious.
I can hear you on this.
I can hear you, woman.
I can hear you.
She's saying your echo is hilarious, Thomas.
Do I have an echo?
you don't hear it, but if you watch Skype, I mean, Skype, what am I talking about? On YouTube, it echoes, really. Every time you speak.
Every time you speak, it echoes on YouTube.
Every time Tom speaks, or any of us.
Just Tom.
Oh, just Tom.
So Tom's the problem and has been the problem the whole time.
I mean, I'm getting different messages about this constantly.
I can hear you.
You're not anymore.
And the speech is delayed.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit delayed. But also, Thomas, sort it out. I have to spoon feed you through everything in this bloody channel.
Unbelievable seeing the abuse I'm getting right now. It's like destroy my.
Can we sing meat pie sausage roll? Come on, Oxford, give us a goal.
Oh,
Jake has also confirmed that it's not Ian's echo. Tom is glitching. What are you playing at, Pickering?
I'm playing at hosting both of your fucking streams on here. God damn it! I'll just be quiet. I'll just sit here quietly.
Oxford are so bad from corners that I've often mused that it might be worthwhile just kicking it out for a goal kick. And
we'll probably again
quicker.
It's a pretty bad corner. But at least the goalkeeper didn't hit his own goal, so.
Yeah, thank fuck no goalie's done that.
Hearing Alex's laugh in the background.
Dogs are losing, you're laughing.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh.
They're losing, what is it, 3-0? No, 1-0.
Well, you should be talking about the game.
I'm watching Man United.
Hey, what's the Man United score? Anyone know?
It's a good point, Tom. Have you actually been watching United this whole time?
They haven't even started yet. They don't start till 8:15. I get to turn them on. When this ends.
I think Tom would get more enjoyment of watching the Man U warm up than watching.
I get to see like Angel Gomez, Diego Dalot, and other guys who don't normally play ball. So like that's always fun. I do enjoy that part of football. Come on, Oxford.
Tom, what about Bournemouth yesterday?
Unbelievable scenes in the Premier League. Unbelievable. 4-1. That was 4-1. That was my nuts. Spirit animal is alive and well. Eddie Howe lived the dream.
Yeah, it was very charitable by Leicester, wasn't it? They virtually imploded.
It totally fell apart. Yeah, and I suppose if United win, they go third, right?
They do.
Just think if Wycombe win this game, which one of them then in a year's time they could be playing Man United.
Oh my God, they're right. They're right.
What fantastic facts! I can see your face.
Sorry, it was when you said when either Oxford or Wycombe win this game, which one of them is bound to do. That is sort of our.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I speak the truth. You can't.
We're 4 quarters.
Look, I have got some.
And we're going to play hard to there's a winner or a loser.
You can tie.
What happens if it's a draw? Is there a replay?
No, because we can't.
Back in the day, that was the thing, wasn't it? If you drew the FA Cup final, replay.
Replay on a Wednesday night, yeah.
Imagine that.
I'm glad they got rid of that. To be honest.
It'd be brutal.
It's one of those rules that, like, you don't. Probably no one really thought about it, and then when it got changed, it was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It's a bit like when you watch old games and you see them, they can just pass the ball back to the keeper and he can pick it up.
Yeah, the back pass rule. Yeah, that's. I don't think anyone's really mourned the changing of that particularly.
No, I remember the first time that came in, and I remember like every time the ball went back to the keeper, crowd were just going like, oh, like really like putting them under pressure. Because it was such a unique thing that they just couldn't pick the ball up, and they actually had to use their feet for once.
Well, exactly, and of course back then that wasn't the way the game was played. Now, of course, as a goalkeeper, you've got to be able to use your feet. Distribution's got to be on point because there are going to be times where your defenders are going to want to play back.
You're about to watch some very good defence from Wycombe. I'm just going to start talking about it, and then you guys can catch
Tom,
up.
no spoilers.
Oxford just broke up the pitch. Defensive clearance. Oxford have gotten the ball back. Run up the right. I'm not sure who's put the cross in, but it's a good defending by Wycombe.
On the ball now. He's putting the cross in.
And it's Stuart again, who obviously was very much involved with the goal.
And Taylor's in the box. Yes, it's a good bit defending. If he's not there, it's 1-1.
But the tracking back as well was really important. Obviously, it forced the man to put the ball closer to the goalkeeper. I think between the two, they would probably have had it covered. But yeah, 35 minutes in, Wycombe still 1 goal to the good at the moment.
Yeah, no.
How are you feeling, Jittery, or?
Feeling all right. I'm feeling that Oxford are getting better. I think they've looked better in the last 10 minutes, as Tom said, since the drinks break. They're not really playing great yet, but
well, they've certainly come into the game more for sure. Yeah. I think that first, if it were, quarter as it were, Wycombe seemed to be getting a lot of joy coming into that final third. Not necessarily getting into the box, but Oxford certainly have kind of settled down a little bit and are keeping possession better and are starting to have forays into the Wycombe final third, but not forced Allsop into a save yet.
No. No. Is there VAR in this?
No. It's goal line technology, but not VAR.
And that was one of the big contentious issues in the playoff in the second leg when Fleetwood came to Wycombe, because there was suspicion. I think it was Darius Charles. The ball hit his hand in the area. No VAR meant no penalty, but that would have put Fleetwood, I think, 2-0 up at the time, and all of a sudden it would have been 4-3, and the game would have been very, very finely poised.
Oh yeah, it would have been. There was a couple of moments there, weren't there, where Fleetwood. There was that moment, and there was a moment like 10 minutes from time where Ched Evans had a free header and Allsop made a great save. I think that made it. Yes. That would have set up a really tense finish.
Yeah.
But there was also in the semi-final, the goal I talked about, which you completely stonewalled me on a few minutes ago.
Sorry about that, by the way. Can you just send over your jokes in advance in future?
Henry, well, with the equaliser, where the goalie went up with the striker, Harrison, it went over the line by a few centimetres. And it was only the fact that they were using goal line technology that goal would have been given, because it would not normally have been given in a normal League One game.
Sam says, Ian, do you think we can turn this round?
Of course we can. Of course we can.
I think he probably means the direction of this stream at the moment.
There's no chance. This is dead and buried.
We're very much peaked.
We've had it. We've actually had it.
No, I have. I still think Oxford can get back in, just for sure. It's only 1-0.
Of course you can.
You forget. We're only playing Wycombe.
Wow.
Ian's bias coming out now.
Wycombe, they're the team that's beating you in the playoff final at the moment, aren't they?
Huh?
They're the team that's beating you in the current playoff final at the moment, aren't they? That's Wycombe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right there, Ed.
Oh.
You see, when he does that, I don't know if it's anything to do with the football or it's a personal thing.
Getting a text.
Are you still using 149 cameras?
Yeah, I mean, I still use a Nokia brick to send my messages. It takes me a while when I get one.
You say that, and totally unrelated to anything we've talked about tonight. But can I just get and on the comments as well, can people just agree or disagree with me that the 3310 remains one of the best phones ever created for its time? I know it's nothing to do with what we're talking about at the moment, but since we're on the subject.
I was always a BlackBerry fan.
You were a BlackBerry fan? I never had a BlackBerry.
I hate it. I got one as a gift. I got one as a gift and I hated it.
The BlackBerry?
Yeah. No one cares about your question. By the way.
Nobody cares. It's all right. I'll check again. I'll keep dropping it in throughout the course of the stream and hope that someone it just hooks someone in.
Jake Green says yes. Jake Green says yes to the 3310.
Thank you very much indeed. That's all I wanted. Why didn't you reply? Either of you. You're both there.
I didn't agree.
Oh, that's fine. But that's you reply. You do agree. You don't agree. That's cool. I'm okay with that.
I've already said I still use it as a phone. Clearly agree.
I still like those old-timey phones where you just pick it up and speak to the operator.
Hello, operator.
You mean a payphone?
Hey, you see in the old movies.
Sorry.
Operator, get me through to Robinson.
To be clear, is that over the 3310 or is that just a totally separate comment?
It's better 310.
I don't agree with you because the 310 you could like put it in your pocket. I mean, I know I'm really talking about the virtues of a mobile phone per se. I don't even know how we got into this. Either way, 5 and 6. Oxford can turn it round. Wycombe 1-0 in control.
The best part of this is that we got into it because I said something
about a phone.
Yeah,
and I just
we shouldn't let me talk. Right, nothing's happened here. Now. I think Marcus Brown's going to do it again in this game. He's just had a go from distance. He still looks the liveliest player for Oxford. What?
Not here, he hasn't.
Sorry?
You're ahead of me on the stream. So
no. I mean,
from distance where you are. Now he has.
Yeah. I wonder if Brown's going to score this shot.
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, he's just had a go from range.
Right, yeah.
Ruining it. Pretty good job of that themselves, so don't worry.
Right, so 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Still 1-0.
Ian, what do you think Carl Robinson will be saying at half-time?
I would imagine that Carl Robinson will say at half-time pretty much like I don't think it's going to be the case where he's going to put a rocket up the players or anything like that. I think it will just be encouragement
I think Ainsworth has got the easy team talk right now. Like also, if he really wants, he can just put on like a Sky Sports or something where they were saying they had no chance Fleetwood over and over again. It feels a bit like Oxford right now in these playoffs felt pressure. I don't know where the pressure's coming from, but they just look worried to play the football they played all season. They look disjointed. Yeah. No. It's unfortunate. It is. I've seen Oxford be so confident. Every time I've seen him this season, they've so confident. And this is the least confident performance I've seen outside of those two Portsmouth games, really. Yeah. Yeah. Stifled by the pressure going third as well as Southampton score against Man United for fuck's sake. Sorry. Yeah, 1-0. Armstrong. It's in the chat. It is literally in the chat. Look, someone had to turn up in kit, right? None of you were wearing football shirts. Yeah, good point. Just you, Charlton. Just you. Maybe like a special flag that comes out every time. Yeah. Maybe she's a color-coded system for every decision. Every decision is a different color. Goal kicks yellow, penalties red, corner is green. No, they're flags. The cards remain the same. The flags that are the referee. They're in pockets. I don't know. Sometimes they have a hard enough time. Penalty, throw in, corner. Oh, it's a goal kick. All right, cool. Fourth flag's a charm. This game is petering. Yeah. You know, Ed, really, with your expertise in like production and stuff, maybe you should be doing the sound management on this. Unbelievable. At halftime, we will be pausing the stream for about 5 or 10 minutes so we can all, pop the loo, get a drink, etc. And also to see if I can fix the sound while we're on break. Hint, probably can't. So, it is a late corner to Oxford. Brown is literally like stiff-armed the bloke on that run as well, just throwing him on the ground. Looks like he just threw him on the floor. Ugh, weak. It's gone for a goal kick. We were at Brooks Uni the other day and walked past the Kazam Movement Lab. Yes, so he funded that. I actually think it's in the nursing school, so I really don't know what it is. You are charged. You swipe your card every time you walk in. All right. It is half time. We are very quickly going to duck out. We will be back with you in
Ian, Ed, we're back.
They played absolutely nothing. They got a lucky goal at the start, and have just sat back and let Oxford play all the football, and it's just a matter of time before again. Absolute jokesy football. Oh, we're back on.
No, Ian, please continue. Keep telling us your thoughts.
Things can only get better. That's my thoughts.
What do you think of the match? Statistic that says Oxford had 75% of the ball in this game?
Are we? You can hear you on there. So both of us are echoing. Right.
Well, I'll go back to this.
Try the
I can't have earphones on. Not you.
Is this better? Alexander Allen? Oh, I can hear her very clearly through these. Oh, I know what I need to do. And is it me though? It always seems to be me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm blaming Ian. Well, that's not my fault. I can't fix that, Ian. That's 100% you. I can see it. On my end as well, Ian. Don't turn it off and on. I'm blaming Ian. It's the internet. It's not your computer. Well, that's not my fault. I can't fix that, Ian. That's 100% you. I can see it. On my end as well, Ian. Don't turn it off and on. It's the internet. It's not your computer. If Oxford score echoes will be great. That's true. It will be great. Yeah. Well, I mean, without going too far, Ed, you've worked with me in relatively high pressure matches, and both of us, when the entire team turned around and when we need to be attacking, turned around and went we bloody down. Well, I mean, without going too far, you've worked with me in relatively high pressure matches,
that bad
and both of us,
possession
when the entire team turned around and when we need to be attacking,
I think they need to risk a little bit more and go forward. But I mean, we were talking about this off air. It's like 5-yard passes are being missed, and it's pulling the team apart when they miss those passes. But then they get the ball back and they hold it for an extended period of time. So we really just need. We were talking about this off air. Just need to like 5-yard passes are being missed. I don't think there's any rash changes that need to be made. Obviously, they're bringing Kelly on, so they're taking Goran off. We really just need. And that should quite possibly help them moving forward. And now it's trusting in the system. I don't think there's any believing it. Rash changes that need to be made. Obviously, they're bringing Kelly on. They're taking Goran off. To risk it for a biscuit. That should quite possibly help them moving forward. And now it's trusting in the system they've got and believing it. And after 60 minutes, if that isn't happening, I think that's when you start to risk it for a biscuit. Right. Dear everyone watching, I'm streaming. Okay. Hey, I think that we are back, and I'm hoping that the audio and the video is better. I'm hoping it's working. I apologize to everyone who's logged in and is trying to watch us, and it hasn't been working. But I think it's back. And as far as I can tell, football's being played. Ed. Football.
Yeah, kick-off. Obviously, we did have a little chat just before we ducked out. Obviously, we did have a little chat as to what we felt Oxford's strategy would be. It does seem that Oxford's strategy would be. It does seem that more the same. The game plan from Gareth Ainsworth. More the same. The game plan from Gareth Ainsworth. Possession statistics. We talked about that. Possession statistics. We talked about the lowest average possession. We've got the lowest average possession in this league. That is the way they like to play in this league. That is the way they like to play. Their teams on the break, and it's been very effective. It seems on the break, and it's been very effective. After that drinks break. Did get back into the game for sure. Did get back into the game for sure. Started to create half chances. Like you were saying, Tom, I think they probably just need to have a little bit more confidence. Conviction. It's just been a bit nervy and a bit jittery. And to be fair, it's just been a bit nervy and a bit jittery. And to be fair, 10 minutes of a final, in the first 10 minutes of a final, where the stakes are so high. Like you said, that's understandable. I'd be inclined to, like you said, look at. I'd be inclined to look regrouping, recalibrating in the dressing room at half time, seeing how that goes for the next 15 minutes. Seeing how that goes for the next 15 minutes, you're still in the same position. You need to start making changes. You're still in the same position. You need to start making changes.
Just let me work on the sound because it's apparently still mine, and you guys keep talking.
I haven't said a word yet. There we go.
Talk about something then.
No. I'm taking a vow of silence to Oxford School.
This could be interesting. If you look at that Wycombe back line at the moment, 5 men. 5 men all across. Wycombe defending, as we said, happy to concede that possession. You're going to see a lot more of concede that possession, and you're going to see a lot more of this situation where you're probably going to end up in a situation where you will have a very frantic last 15 minutes. You will have a very frantic last 15 minutes. With Wycombe doing an awful lot of defending.
It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like, sorry. It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like, sorry, I was just engrossed in the game a little bit there. It looks like the way it's set up at the moment. Wycombe obviously just don't want to do what Oxford did and concede a goal. Obviously just don't want to do what Oxford did and concede a goal early at the start of the half here. As you guys have been saying, it needs to step it up. I don't know if it's nerves or whether it's just rhythm. But They're just say a similar pattern to how they did against Pompey. Similar pattern to how they did against Pompey. What just passing the ball around, very comfortable, just passing the ball around in the lack of quality when they get into the final third. The lack of quality when they get into the final third.
Now.
Fantastic defending again, and it's that man again, isn't it? Defending again, and it's that man again in the goal, and he's made two fantastic blocks in the goal, first half and second half. But Oxford to me, second half. But at the moment, to me, this half, at the moment, much better half, and I do think that much better. Saying, and I do think that the early goal, saying that the conceding of the early goal, but really once they were able to have that water break, they came once they were able to have that, and they certainly look a little bit more, and they certainly look a little bit more in sync with each other. Post half time.
Yeah, Mark Sykes had a good game. That's a couple of times now he's broken down. That's a couple of times now he's broken down. Got in behind Wycombe a little bit. He got in behind Wycombe a little bit. He was the guy who got that. He was the guy who crossed to Taylor in the first half. That crossed to Taylor in the first half.
Fantastic pass to find him as well. There's a fantastic pass to find him as well. Offside to look more fluid on the ball. Offside to look more fluid on the ball.
Come on.
Ian, Jake's asking who do you think should come on? Ian, Jake's asking who do you think should come on?
No one at the moment. I think you keep it. No one at the moment. I think you keep it maybe till as it is. Maybe into like 70 minutes, and then maybe look to bring on Dan Adji. 70 minutes, and then maybe look to bring on Dan Adji. Pretty safe choice. That seems to be like to make maybe Woodburn as well, depending on how tired. To make maybe Woodburn as well. Adji's just such a tired the players. Such a good outlet. Adji's just such a good burst of pace. Such a good outlet. Such a good burst of pace. He'd be a useful player to have coming into this. He'd be a useful player.
Yeah, from a Wycombe perspective, I'd be. Yeah, from a Wycombe perspective, I'd be very surprised if we don't see.
Would be astounded if Akinfenwa doesn't come on the pitch. I think actually Akinfenwa doesn't come on the pitch. Gareth, I think actually health will be threatened. Gareth Ainsworth's Akinfenwa will be threatened at some point if Akinfenwa doesn't get on the pitch.
I mean, I think the thing about it is though, because the game is so tight, because maybe got to be a little bit thoughtful, pragmatic as to when you want to do that, because pragmatic as to when you want to do that, because he's actually on the screen. He's actually on the screen now, rallying the troops. If there is to be extra time, if Oxford were to get a goal back, if there is to be extra time, if Oxford were to get a goal back or whatever, you've got when it is you're going to bring him on, about when it is you're going to bring him on realistically, how much, because he is obviously realistically doing. Because he is a late stage of his career, he's now 38. But the one thing he will offer is now 38. But the one thing he will offer if the score remains as it is, because he's so strong, to hold the ball up, because he's so strong, making so good at the defenders. He'd be a really good defenders to just he'd be a really good outlet away to just try and maintain possession if you can push, but to try and maintain possession if you can and just relieve the pressure with him.
Yeah, he did such a brilliant job of that in the Fleetwood game. Yeah, he did such a brilliant job of that every time the ball game. Essentially every time the ball like glue, just sticks to him like glue.
Close there, another set piece. Just close there, another set piece. Simon Eastwood's bar. No, he didn't, and in fact, he was unlucky not to get a goal. No, he didn't, and in fact, he was unlucky at the end of that game, wasn't he? I think just snatched towards the end of that game. Hit it. I think just snatched it. Maybe a bit more time. Hit it. I think first time when he made it a bit more time. Obviously, they did get that second goal and made it 2-2. Obviously, they did get that second goal and made it 2-2 on the night. But Akinfenwa still posed a big threat.
He's a good player for Wycombe, isn't he, Joe Jacobson? He's a good player for Wycombe, isn't he, Joe Jacobson?
Very good.
You saw with his. You saw with his, you saw with his set-piece delivery there, and obviously I'm going to guess you saw against corner in the first half how good he is. You saw against Fleetwood from taking corners where their goalie threw one into the net as well. Taking corners where their goalie threw one into the net as well. Man, so he certainly is a danger.
Two centre halves of
being a left back.
Wycombe have been fantastic. The two centre halves of Wycombe have been fantastic this year as well. They have been absolutely brilliant to Wycombe. Ultimately. And that's been so crucial to Wycombe back into ultimately the playoffs, having that points per game ratio that got them back into the playoffs when play was
should have improved. But again, you're right. You're saying Oxford have improved, but still, Alsop hasn't had a save to make.
Only he's been tasked. Don't think he's actually to handle, like you say, a shot at the moment. Only he's been tasked to handle, like you say, a shot at the moment.
Bit of head tennis. I don't mind about it. I mean, literally, I know going back to the kind of, oh, hello. I don't mind about it. I mean, literally, I know going back to the kind of, oh, hello. Going back to the long ball.
But again, just talking about it there, Darius Charles, great interception just here. We see the replay about it there, Darius Charles, but great interception. Little interception. We see the replay coming up. Not sure if you got that, Ian, but at that point, that little interception, and he also gets a foul into the bargain. But at that point, just nick it off Taylor's foot. And he also gets a foul into the bargain.
It looked like a penalty to me.
Just nick it off Taylor's foot.
For it looked like a penalty to me.
Well, it would do.
No, I was just going to say about the kind of the. I really hope to say about the kind of the. Wycombe don't get like, I really hope that Wycombe don't get like a.
Cheers, Tom. Cheers, Tom. And judging by the way play's going at the moment, I'm not going to like this. And judging by the way play's going at the moment,
come on, boys.
I'm not going to like this. Oh, you're joking.
Come on, boys.
Oh, you're joking.
Side B, you beauty! Get in there! Side B, you beauty! Wycombe won. Get in there!
Wow.
Allsop still hasn't had a save to make Ed, because he's just flapped at that. Allsop still hasn't had a save to make Ed, because he's just flapped at that.
I can't not react to a goal.
Game on. It is game on.
Goal that he's chipped the goalkeeper from 25 yards without screaming. I'm sorry.
That's a
finish. That's a finish.
I mean, that was.
Or is he totally missing?
I'm not sure whether he intended to do that, but whether he did or he didn't, that's gone. I'm not sure whether he intended to do that.
He's not meant that in a million years. I'm telling you now, he's not meant that in a million years. He hasn't bloody meant. He hasn't bloody meant. It's a cross-come shot, shall we say? Yeah, it's a cross-come shot, shall we say?
I mean, it's clearly taken Allsop totally off guard. It's clearly taken reminds me a bit, and I hate to bring the mood down, but it reminds me a bit of that Ronaldinho goal from 2002. But it reminds me a bit of that Ronaldinho goal from 2002. It reminds me of that a lot. Lovely goal regardless. They all count. But lovely goal regardless.
Let's just say Oxford deserved that. They had Wycombe had a huge slice of luck with the goal. Wycombe had a huge slice of luck. Oxford dominated it from the first minute of the game at all, and deservedly dominated it from the first minute of the game, and deservedly be 1-1.
I can't fix that today. Jake Green also said it's like Ronaldinho, but Oxford. In the second half, Oxford have come out and they're stringing passes together and they're getting the ball into the right places, and this is what they just couldn't seem to do in the first half. Like, they couldn't string three passes together and break forward, and they're finally doing that.
Tom, I'm where you just were. But no, I think I have to say, but the way Oxford have come and taken the second half far more by the scruff of the neck, the way Oxford have come and taken the second half works for them by the scruff of the neck, playing like they can, playing in a way that actually works for them. You'd say they probably do deserve that goal. You'd say they probably do deserve that goal.
It is my point of view, it is a slide that I'm being cross-cut serious on that. Thinks that I'm being I thought Henry decision-making was a bit poor there. I had a shot blocked. I thought Henry decision-making was a bit poor there. To the right there. The guy had a shot blocked. I thought he could have played a pass off to the right there. A bit of a storm for
Wycombe to weather at that, a bit of a storm, because when you've just conceded shell shock setting in, if they were to concede then, and honestly, when you've just conceded that goal, real shell shock setting in, if they were to concede then, that would have turned the whole game on its head. It could be a real chance.
Here comes Akinfenwa.
That would have turned the whole game on its head. Playing to Wycombe's style of play, because they like to, they're happy to concede possession. All of a sudden, you've got to get Wycombe's style of play, because they like to, they're happy to concede possession. All of a sudden, you've got to get Akinfenwa. So now, it'll be interesting to see what Gareth Ainsworth does tactically here, as we say, Akinfenwa. Now certainly offer something different to what they have so far.
I think Akinfenwa will
certainly offer something different to what they have so far.
With Oxford's rhythm here, they are on. Like, this is a bit like Wycombe were in the first 15 minutes of the first half. Like, you can feel like Oxford smell blood right now. They're moving forward really easily. They're getting into dangerous areas. But
that is a massive kick from Ryan Allsop, by the way.
Yeah,
this is where you need to get.
That is a massive kick. That was incredible.
Where you need to get sent off again.
That was incredible.
Chirp in the referee's ear. Get Akinfenwa sent off again. Just chirp in the referee's ear.
The stream's become more tense now. You can feel everyone.
You've got to say that this is. From the perspective of just enjoying the game, you've got to say that this is. perspective of just enjoying the game, this is what you want. We'll catch up, Ian, presumably in due course. Okay. Southampton scored again. We'll catch up, Ian, presumably in due course.
You burnt the toast.
Southampton scored again.
So that's a foul. So that's a foul, but they play on, and then he plays him in and he's onside. Right, great. And then what in God's name? How has he missed?
That was a lead off there.
Oh my God!
Massive lead. That was a lead off there.
Oh, it's a touch. There is a touch. All right, there is a touch, and he has been. Is that the goal scorer again? Getting a block in.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It's Stewart again.
Is it?
Yes, it is. It's Stewart again.
Wow. Goal scorer, Tom.
Sorry, what's that?
Wasn't Simon Eastwood the goal scorer? Goal scorer, Tom.
Good point.
Wasn't Simon Eastwood the goal scorer?
Oh,
it's great. I mean, come on, now we've seen that again. That's great defending again from Wycombe. It's great. I mean, come on, now we've seen that again. That's great defending again from Wycombe.
Yeah.
I have to say, he's made 3. He's been man of the match so far. He has interceptions.
I have to agree with Victor Matt, though. I think you should have taken the shot on there.
Interceptions.
I think, when you're one-on-one with the goalkeeper, you've got to have a go.
That was my instinct to go across the goalkeeper.
About Henry was greedy in the last play, and in that one he probably didn't make the right decision again. Henry was greedy in the last play, and in that one he probably didn't make the right decision again.
Christ.
So, not.
The thing is, though, this is the sort of stage where Akinfenwa really comes into his own, because he seems to really enjoy the pressure. Into his own, because in his final game for AFC, seems to really enjoy the pressure. I think it was in his final game for AFC Wimbledon. I think it was. There had been some sort of.
I think right.
This might not be exactly what happened, but I think he said to another player, "If we get a penalty, you can have it." Exactly what happened, but I think he said to another player, "If we get a penalty, you can have it." And they effectively had, like at the time, a small wrestling match, and there was only ever going to be one winner in that. A small wrestling match, and there was only ever going to be one winner. Slotted it home, and that was the last thing he did in an AFC Wimbledon shirt. And then in the post-match interview, he said afterwards, "I think I'm technically unemployed." So any managers who are interested hit me up on WhatsApp afterwards. I think I'm technically unemployed. So any managers who are interested hit me up on WhatsApp. But yeah, this kind of thing, the pressure just doesn't really phase him. Yeah, and this is the thing. It doesn't really
game player. You've seen it when Wycombe have played.
Liverpool, I think
big game player. You've seen it when Wycombe have played.
It wasn't for Wycombe, but I think it might have been in the FA Cup some years ago. At the time, it wasn't for Wycombe, but I think he scored in that game. And he was playing for at the time.
Yeah,
he's a big game player and a big character for Wycombe as well. And having him on the pitch, he is a big game player and a big character just what they need. Having him on the pitch rather than on the sidelines could the last 10 minutes just what they need right now, because
he seems to like he loves, because obviously when they play these big sides. Yeah, he seems to like it all about him. Because obviously when they play these great character, and they make it all the him.
You saw that little smile as he came on.
And
I mean, you saw that little smile as he came on. The stage is. He'll be thinking, I imagine, the stage is set for him to come on and be a hero. The stage is. He'll be thinking, I imagine, the stage is set for him to come on and be a hero. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Jamie, I'm sure Jamie Matt thinking the same. Jamie Matt thinking, I bet he's sitting there thinking, this is all set for me to have probably my final game for Oxford. I bet he's sitting there thinking, this is all set for me to have probably my final game for Oxford.
Jamie Mackey comes on the pitch.
One last bit of glory.
Is Jamie Mackey off at the end of the season? Do you know that?
I don't know that for sure. I mean, obviously, I would imagine if we did win this game. I don't know that for sure. I mean, obviously, I would imagine if we did win this game around if we're still in League One. I can't see him staying in the squad. I think he'd stay around if we're still in League One. I mean, he's on. I imagine he's on pretty good money. I think he's the sort of player I think they like having around. I imagine he's on pretty good money, but he's the sort of player I think they like having around. Because he's like,
and that's where the guys who've been there. I mean, Jamie Mackey's played in the Premier League, and that's where the guys who've been under managers like Wardle in the Premier League. QPR, I imagine he'll been under managers like. He'll be quite influential in there, regardless of the part he's playing. I imagine he'll.
As I always say, scored in the famous Aguero goal game. As I always say, scored in the famous Aguero goal game.
Cisse, of course, you're right. He did. He scored for QPR.
Yeah, and also the other players like that, Broxford, John Messinho. He's just like and also the other players like that, Broxford, John Messinho. I think he's just 34 now, and level-headed pro. He sort of, I think he's really 34 now. I think with a lot of the younger players, he sort of is really helped. I think with a lot of the younger players.
And I think for Wycombe, who's been there, you would say that. Mabley over 10 years, been there. I mean,
sure, yeah.
Actually, used to have a. I think he used to have 10 years on the BBC website as well. Actually, used to have a column on the BBC website as well. Again, he'll be. Sometime he had a column. Dressing room, I'd have thought. Been there, seen it. Again, seen it all with Wycombe. Goodness knows how many games. Been there, seen it all with Wycombe. That's getting kind of irritating. He can see things before we can.
Ian, I'm just going to say that he can see things before we can. He is coming up fucking huge now.
Well, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen Allsop do shit in this game.
Whoa!
Well, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen Allsop do shit in this game.
Whoa! What a save!
Yeah, hats off to you there.
Brett, come on.
Yeah, hats off to you there.
Julian
Allsop.
I don't think
Julian Allsop
straight away either. I don't think.
No, it's a little bit fortunate they roll straight to a Wycombe player. No, it's a little bit fortunate they roll straight to a Wycombe player.
What a great stop. Carl Robinson.
I mean, I think now you could pretty safely, and we're just going into another drinks break now, aren't we? But I think now you can pretty safely say that, and we're just going into another drinks break now, aren't we? But I think now you can pretty safely say that the Allsop has very much had nothing to do.
Ball out the back of the net.
I mean, that is a fantastic save.
Ball out the back of the net.
This game has gotten so good in the second half.
What we said up to fans, Robinson in or out? What we said up to fans, Robinson in or out?
Having got yourselves back into the game, you're genuinely querying whether or not having got yourselves back into the game.
I am as fair weather as they come. I am as fair weather as they come. I've got a Man United top on under this.
Yeah, you do.
Ready to come out. I've got a Man United top on under this. And Southampton top under that, just in case. Ready to come out.
Always.
And Southampton top under that, just in case. Yeah, half top.
Aren't you quite hot?
Yeah, half top.
Say half scar.
Good view on half scar. Yeah, you know, the ones that like.
Yeah, I'm not. I think when you see the when you see the half and half shirt. I'm not. I think when you see the half and half shirts, where it's like home and away.
But they get a lot of criticism. But they get a lot of criticism. I thought it was a drinks break.
No, not yet. They're doing it.
I thought it was a drinks break. How fucking far are you ahead of me? It's like gone to 10 minutes. How fucking far are you ahead of me?
All of a sudden, like you're saying, this game has really come alive.
This is fair. Akin Fenwell also has given a totally different angle Wycombe going forward.
Look, this is where I start to think now. I hope we're not going to start. This is where I start to think now. I hope we're not going to start. That's too ruining these chances. That's a great save from Allsop, but.
Right,
that's too really. I mean, that's a great save from Allsop. You know,
just can get the shot off.
What we've done all season, where they kind of soaked up pressure and then punish teams when they've had a chance. We've done all season, where they kind of soaked up pressure and then punish teams when they've had a chance.
Goal again. We're just seeing the replay of the.
I mean, I see that. The more that's a foul. The more I see Oxford's got, the more there's a quality. The more I see that, the more that's a foul. And the more I see Oxford's got, the more there's a quality.
To be fair.
The
challenge very biased to be fair.
Be fair. No. So are you not being fair on other times where you say that? Be fair.
In what?
So are you not being fair? Does that mean times where you say every other time you don't start with that prefix, you're not being fair? Does that mean every other time you don't start with that prefix, you're not being fair?
Not necessarily. Look, at the end of the day. But 1-1 certainly more aesthetically pleasing. At the end of the day, I personally didn't really see 1-1. I mean, Oxford's goal certainly more aesthetically pleasing. I personally didn't really see. I didn't really see a foul in the Wycombe goal.
Yeah, I did.
If I'm honest.
Yeah, I did.
He's not going to tell you what he saw as a foul outside of. There's a foul.
I didn't even think it was a corner.
When you know at the end of the day.
I didn't even think it was a corner.
Exactly.
When you know at the end of the day.
Right, that's still going.
I think Wycombe have been cheating since kickoff. I think Wycombe have been cheating since kickoff.
How bloody dare!
11 players on the pitch. Like that's a turn up.
They don't know who we are.
Players on the pitch.
They're Oxford. You're supposed to lie. They don't know who we are.
Yes.
They're Oxford. You're supposed to lie for us.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just not going to talk.
No, mate, go. It's fine. You can't stop it, Tom. Don't worry about it.
No, it's every time.
You're every time. Go. It's fine. You can't stop it, Tom. Don't worry about it.
No, not anymore.
Having you ahead of all people, having you ahead of us is so annoying. Having you ahead of all people, having you ahead of us is so annoying.
He's the player for us this season. Ed, Rob Dickey. He's the player for us this season. Is that going to be a red?
Ed, Rob Dickey. He's gone in on Kelly. It's a yellow. He's gone in. Thompson has gone in so hard on Kelly there. Like
Kelly?
I think.
Yeah, Kelly came on at half time.
Kelly?
Oh, I think he
good work, Oxford fan. Good work.
I think he came on and got a yellow very quickly against Fleetwood in the second leg as well. He came on and got a yellow very quickly against Fleetwood in the second leg as well.
I think he could have won the ball as well. He just nailed him. He just nailed him.
Can someone tell me who Kelly came on for? Can someone tell me who Kelly came on for?
Yeah, they've looked a lot better. They've looked a lot better since he came on, to be fair.
Really? Surprised. Yeah, he's a good player. Hasn't really had much chance since he's coming alone. Yeah, he's got a good goal. Hasn't really had much chance. I think he scored the free kick against Newcastle.
Did he play?
He scored a good goal. I think he scored the free kick there then. Newcastle. Joined on loan in January. But he scored. I think he scored a free kick against Newcastle. Joined on loan in January. But he scored. I think he scored a free kick against Newcastle.
Oxford really aren't great from set pieces, are
they? Fucking garbage. It's a say. Kick out for a goal kick. Oh, fucking garbage. It's a say. Kick out for a goal kick.
Just turn the volume up, Ed.
No, I just put the lights on. I could see that I was gradually. No, I just put the lights on.
Game volume.
I could see that I was gradually.
All of a sudden,
I can hear game volume.
Game volume. 1 second. Apologies. We can hear game volume. 1 second. Apologies.
Unprofessional. Why do we bring him in, Ian? Why do we bring him in?
I hope this doesn't go to extra time. I hope this doesn't go to extra time.
For that?
Sure, please, yeah.
Oxford fans, Wycombe fans, how would you feel about extra time?
I'm going to guess the consensus will be not good.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess the consensus will be not good.
We're still on stream as well, which is nice. There we go, back in the room.
Yes, we're cracked out. Yeah,
we're still on stream as well, which is nice.
Building for Oxford United, where I am in the match. Really good little attack. Classic Oxford. They've all taken 3 too many touches.
That sounds about right.
I was impressed by Marcus Green earlier in the game, but in this second half, he's just taking too many touches when he gets in. Brown, sorry, not Marcus Green. Looking at Jake.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a habit. Sometimes he does go in and out of games. He does have a habit. Sometimes he does go in and out of games. I just saw that attack fizzle out as well. I just saw that attack fizzle out as well.
So 75 minutes or 74 minutes.
I mean, you'd have to say this second half has been Oxford's.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to say this second half has been Oxford's. You know, and all of a sudden, really, Ian, you're quite right. You've got to say that beyond the goal, all of a sudden, I'm not sure Wycombe have actually given. Quite right. You've got to say that beyond the goal, I'm not sure Wycombe have actually given Simon Eastwood anything to do.
I don't think Ian can hear us.
I'm not sure he can either.
Yeah, because he's just staring at the screen a little bit like.
I'm not sure he can either.
I can't actually hear what you're saying for the moment.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can't actually hear what you're saying for the moment.
Yes, Oxford have been phenomenal in this half. They really need to do something with it, because the longer this goes on, the more Akinfenwa becomes dangerous, and the more Wycombe can counter at any point, and that's what they're built to do. And all they need again is a set piece where Oxford look really open.
Absolutely, Tom. Yeah, you can totally see Wycombe getting some chances later in this game. Tom, yeah, you can totally see Wycombe getting some chances later in this game. If it stays 1-1
by Sykes. I mean, I don't think Sykes was sprinting to get the ball off him.
But yeah, it's I wonder when Robbo's going to make some more changes. It's I wonder when Robbo's going to make some more changes.
Penalties, if we're being honest.
Fucking hell. Akinfenwa showed a turn of pace there, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Akinfenwa showed a turn of pace there, didn't he?
It's got to be a foul.
I'm going to say maybe not his game.
Sorry?
Maybe not his game. Just game.
No. He will win
maybe
headers,
not his
though.
game.
Or up. So 75 and a half minutes in, Akinfenwa's going to foul 30 yards out of goal. Bloke has apparently ridden him to get the header. ridden him really, or back and Fenwick just jumps too late. But long foul. It's a free kick. It's a free kick.
I don't know how many times he's won bloody free kicks like that in his career. I don't know how many times he's won bloody free kicks like that in his
I don't
career.
know how that's a foul. But
I can't agree with you there. He's got hands on alternate shoulders.
He hasn't even jumped. He's just stood there.
Be that as it may, like you can't jump. It's being used as a ladder. Be that as it may,
that is the striker. They make defenders look stupid in the same way defenders like literally just where they make defenders stand in the corner in the same way defenders like come in and foul them from behind. Stand in the corner with the ball, waiting for the striker to come in and foul them from behind.
Set piece. I mean, I'm waiting for Tom to give the game away. It's got to be a target. Set piece. That one doesn't come to anything. Suddenly, Akinfenwa was on the pitch. It's got to be a target.
Red card and a penalty.
Oh, come on, wait, Tom, don't say anything.
Don't tell us anything.
Oh, come on, wait, Tom, don't say anything.
Don't tell us anything.
Oh, no.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh. Boom.
Oh, no, no.
What happened?
Oh, no.
Oxford
Giving away a penalty.
What happened?
Oh, no.
And there's arguments going on, isn't there, between the Oxford defenders, and there's arguments going on, isn't there, between the Oxford defenders.
That Elliott just ducked out the header and let it run through. That Elliott
could be
ducked
really
out the header
bad
and let it
for
run
Wycombe.
through.
Oxford, rather. This could be really bad.
This is like an end of game stuff, isn't it? Really.
13 minutes.
This is like an end of game stuff, isn't it? Really.
I mean, you've got to wonder what colour card, if any, is going to be produced here.
You've got to wonder roll reverse, I am screaming for a red card here. Roll reverse, I am screaming for a red card here.
What the hell? I finally got in the
I don't know if
Eastwood's
made that call. Has Eastwood made that call?
Right, I'm just gonna react to this. I can't wait.
Ducks out of the call, but it's not from the angle we've got at the moment. It's not clear. Ducks out of the call, but it's not from the angle we've got at the moment. It's not clear. Eastwood gets nowhere near that ball. It's not clear whether he made that call. Eastwood gets nowhere near that ball. He's facing a penalty, and I would imagine. It's not clear whether he made that call. Oh no! Now he's facing a penalty, and I would imagine Akinfenwa might be the man, but it is Jacobson. Not
Jacobson is the normal penalty taker.
Akinfenwa might be the man, but it is Jacobson.
And Jacobson is the normal penalty taker for Wycombe.
Who's going to take it?
Well,
and it's in. Captain's responsibility. Buries it coolly. Captain's responsibility.
Yeah, moment of madness. Moment of madness. Literally. Yeah, moment of madness. In control of the game. Literally. In control of the game. Got there. Got there.
Just seeing the replay of the penalty now. Jacobson straight down the middle. Just seeing the replay of the penalty now. Jacobson straight down the middle. You've got to have a lot of bottle to do that. You've got to have a lot of bottle to do that.
Game's not over. There's still 12 minutes plus extra time to go.
That frantic defending we were talking about on Wycombe's behalf, I would imagine, is very much in the post now. We were talking about on Wycombe's behalf, I would imagine, is very much in the post now. Them going forward very much. I would not anticipate them going forward very much. But yeah.
Yeah, you're looking. Someone's. Aggie down the right. Well kept out. Fair. It's going to be a very, very nervy 10 minutes. You feel for Wycombe.
Yeah, not the way realistically. I think. Not the way realistically. Not the way I would have wanted Wycombe to retake the lead. To be perfectly honest, it's not the way I would have wanted Wycombe to retake the lead. To be perfectly honest, it's quite, but yeah, it's just that miscommunication, and it's not clear from the replays we've seen whether or not Eastwood made that call, or whether that came as a surprise to him. But judging by where Eastwood made that call, I think whether that came as a surprise to him. But judging by where he was in the area, I think he's made the call because he's. But Eastwood is very close to that ball and gets beaten to it. I think if he'd not, Eastwood is very close to that ball and gets beaten to it. I think if he'd not made the shout that he was going to come, then would be my instantaneous reaction. But either way, Wycombe would be my instantaneous reaction. 2-1 ahead with 10 minutes of normal time remaining. 2-1 ahead. If you're watching the chat, give us a comment. What do you make of that? What or who should Carl Robinson be throwing on? Give us a comment. What do you make of that? What or who should Carl Robinson be throwing on? Could we see Jamie Mackie make an appearance? Could we see Jamie Mackie make an appearance?
I mean, I don't think he's gotten a call, mate.
You don't think Moore's made? You don't think Moore has had the call?
I don't think. I mean, maybe Eastwood makes the call, but none of the defenders are looking at Eastwood at that point. They're all just kind of confused.
I think you might be right. Judging by how late Eastwood starts, I think you might be right to come for that. Judging by how late we've been able to see that with the 18-yard angle, I think you may be right. And there's the first time we've been able to see that with the 18-yard angle.
That Wycombe guy's done a fucking. What a great job of reading the game there. That Wycombe guy's done a fucking. What a great job of reading the game there. Not giving up on any not giving up on any isn't he? He's certainly not giving up on any
He's doing that taking the gamble time in the game.
Certainly
gambled there when really you could just let the ball run and reset.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
At that pace, when really you could just let the ball run and reset.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It'd be
now we're looking at that Henry chance now, aren't we? Just wondering
exactly what you said, Ian. I hope we don't, in an Oxford sense, end up ruining those chances.
Yeah.
In an Oxford sense. End up ruining those chances.
That's always the worry, isn't it? I mean, that's the cliches of football. You got to score when you're in top. That's always the worry, isn't it? I mean, I would be cliches of football. You got to score when you're in top.
Another chance. But that said, I would be very surprised if you don't get. I think the amount of pressure you're inevitably going to have to pile on now to play. I think the amount of pressure you're inevitably going to have to pile on now.
They look a little bit rattled again.
They're very rattled.
They look a little bit rattled again.
I mean, you have to say that goal came totally out of nowhere, really. I mean, you have to say that goal came comprehensively totally out of nowhere. Really, didn't it? Had been very much on top in this second. I mean, comprehensively the better side, completely very much on top in the second. I mean, it looked like a different team, completely from certainly what we saw in the opening 20 minutes.
And they're just, I mean, Oxford may get a chance, but they're looking like their first half selves again.
Rushing it now, aren't they? Though they know
they're rushing it. They're rushing it now, aren't they? Though they get the ball and they're almost not sure where to go with it. Whereas for the first 25 minutes, this second half, they knew exactly where to go.
Agreed. Oh, frustrating. So frustrating. Oh, but Simon Eastwood. Should he not be sent off for that? But is Simon Eastwood
off anymore?
Should he not be sent off for that?
Extremely dangerous play or something. But it is normally a yellow.
Okay.
At least. They changed that rule of the Champions League,
wasn't it? Or double punishment.
Yeah.
Triple punishment, wasn't it?
You feel like that should be a yellow.
I mean, I think it might be one of those where perhaps with no VAR, it's a little bit more. I mean, I think it might be one of those where perhaps there was no malice with VAR, it's a little bit more mistiming. It was discretion. I mean, and there was no malice there. Probably worse than it was. Mistiming. It was unfortunate, and it looked.
Made that foul outside the box, though. Is he sent off?
But
made that foul outside the box, though. Is he sent off?
He's absolutely clattered him.
I think when we saw that angle from the 18 yard, and I think when we saw that not where he's from the 18 yard, and you saw, but when he starts it, not where he starts is wrong. That's taken him by surprise. But when he starts, I'm not sure he knew that was coming. For me, so that's taken him by surprise. I'm not sure he knew that in mind. So I think I was wrong initially. With that in mind, I don't think Eastwood's made the call. I think I was wrong initially. I don't think Eastwood's made the call. I think Wycombe is just not aware and tracking behind his, over his shoulder, and he probably thinks the ball's coming in and tracking behind his, over his shoulder.
Is there anything else Eastwood could have done in that situation? Do you think, outside of go for it as hard as he can? It's always going to be very difficult in that situation because you're in the moment. You're in the moment. It's always going to be very difficult in that situation because you're in the moment. It's all well and good for me to sit there watching a slow-mo replay. And afterwards, it's all well and good for me to sit there watching a slow-mo replay and say we should do this, should do that. I think where he might look at that for me and wonder whether he could have done something different would it have simply been enough and wonder whether he could have done something different. Would it have simply been enough? Push it away. Because that's just throwing in full stretch and get something on it to just push it away. Because to be honest, I think he's
he's gone to do the best possible thing he can do. I think he's gone to get both hands on it. The best possible thing he can do. If you look at it, to get both hands on it. He sees that we can play coming in terms of it coming out of peripheral vision. You don't know at what point he sees that we can play coming in terms of it coming out of peripheral vision. And wish he did something else, and that something else may well be like I say, look back at that just to get something else and get the ball out. Something else may well be like I say, a full stretch dive just to get the punch and get the ball out. Get something on it, get it away, and make it safe. When you've been caught by surprise like that, when you've been caught by surprise like that, full-blooded. He had to.
No. I mean,
there was no real option, but. Yeah, there was no real option. But I imagine look at that. You've got to ask whether by doing the dive you might have got there first. And taken a clattering. You've got to ask whether by doing the dive you might have got there first and taken a clattering. But again, you're talking about very split-second decisions. But again, you're talking about particularly when you are caught decisions. So off guard. Particularly when you are caught.
I didn't assume he could have done
it's not been Taylor's night, is it? It's not been Taylor's night, is it?
That was a chance. That was a big chance. That was a chance. That was a big chance. Is it just a bit high for him? He gets up well. He maybe jumps a little early. Just a bit high for him? He gets up well. He maybe jumps a little early to get over the ball as much and really get the power on it. Doesn't quite get the opportunity to get over the ball as much.
I think with Eastwood it's difficult not to panic.
Certainly a chance.
I think with Eastwood it's difficult not to panic. All of a sudden you see a striker's going to get there before you. When that ball's coming through, and you see all of a sudden you see a striker's going to get there before you. It's very difficult not to just.
For me, I think the panic comes when. When your own defender does something you are not expecting.
Sure.
Your own defender does something you are not expecting. That's where the panic sets in because you are unprepared. That's where the panic sets in because you are unprepared.
I take it he's just done something.
This is ridiculous.
I take it he's just done something.
Actually ridiculous how much he's in the right place every time.
Yeah, again, there. And that's just defensive. Again, what he's shown throughout the night is just sheer defensive commitment. He's shown throughout the night is just sheer defensive commitment. He's just constantly in the right position. At no point is he ever in behind the goalkeeper straight in the right position. Constantly is in behind the goalkeeper straight away for where he's going to be needed defensively. Is his radar really on for where he's going to be needed defensively?
That chance there,
really on
point. He doesn't hit it with any power, but he gets it over the goalkeeper, and Stewart is there, and he's run. He's at full pelt, just getting into position. Oxford have had their chances at the end of this game.
Yeah, they have had the chances,
And is that
they have had the chances,
substitute we're seeing?
He asked Woodburn.
Is that another substitute we're seeing?
He asked Woodburn.
But as it stands, Wycombe.
Robinson will be looking at it and probably think he didn't need to change anything. Robinson will be looking at it and probably think he didn't need to change anything. That's just, as you say, it's just a real
10 minutes ago.
Unforced error, as you say.
I mean, honestly though,
unforced error.
For me, Brown could have come off earlier. I'm not criticising Robinson's man management of this, but Brown really has not done a whole amount in the second half except look like a weak link in the attack.
I'd come at that angle perhaps slightly more. Only I'd come at that angle perhaps slightly more. To bring Woodburn on with to bring a minute of normal time. To bring Woodburn on with
there's probably 5 minutes left of injury time.
A minute of normal time. You could get.
There's probably 5 minutes left of injury time
here, but you could get some decent injury time here, but you've got to come on and fire pretty quick.
Kelly's.
You've got to come on and fire pretty quick.
Coming forward.
Bit early for that.
90th minute, right? Too early?
Yeah, but I say
to the goalkeeper.
There probably is going to be 4 minutes of injury time. Yeah, but I say there probably is going to be 4 minutes of injury time. Is that Matt?
Yeah.
Is that Matt? Bet he's loving it.
Ryan Allsop, safe hands.
Loving it.
Once again.
What's that? What is that?
Ryan Allsop, safe hands.
Awful.
Once again.
What's that? What is that? That's awful.
Fair play to Allsop, because whilst none of these have been particularly challenging in normal circumstances, in the closing minutes of a playoff final, challenging in normal circumstances, in the closing minutes of a playoff final, without any issue. He's made them all.
Yeah.
without any
issue.
We
got 5 minutes of extra time. Stewart's just been made man of the match since literally about the 60th minute.
We made that call in the first half, didn't we? I think
pretty much.
I think Marcus Brown.
We made that call in the first half, didn't we? I think.
Marcus Brown.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Oxford got 5 minutes. That's it. There's not a huge amount anyone needs us to tell them at this point. Sykes down the right. Oh, right to Allsop.
No. Oh well, it's looking like League One football for Oxford next season. Looking like League One football for Oxford next season. I mean, at the moment, it feels like a fucking massive letdown. I'm not going to lie. It does feel like at the moment, it feels like a fucking massive letdown.
And we will do after this a video about this match, and we'll cover a bit of the season. And then Ian. Sorry, Ian. We'll do a standalone video talking about the season that they've had. But I'm sorry, Defense, but this is a good season. Like, this has been a good season. This is more than was expected.
No one's going to argue with that, Tom. It's just at the moment, it's a little bit. No one's going to argue with that, Tom. It's just at the moment,
of course.
You're thinking of the,
falling
at the last hurdle.
And that's the thing about the playoffs, isn't it? It is just that all of a sudden your entire season comes down to one game. It is just that all of a sudden your entire season comes down to one game. Your whole season is made or broken by it. And of course this season, because your whole season is made or broken by it. And of course this season, because of the pause, the delays, we're talking about a year. Rather than to get the restart and get through in the manner that both teams did, it was going to break the restart and get through in the manner that both teams did. The best way to go up. It was going to break someone way to not. That is the very nature of the playoffs. It's the best way to go up, but the worst way to not.
Oh yeah, I've always thought that. I said if you could guarantee you'd go. Oh yeah, I've always thought that. I said it would 100% guarantee you'd go up through the playoffs.
Pick a way to go and playing at the big stadium. 100% be in the playoffs. Obviously going and playing at the big stadium.
Dinma's come off. Wycombe are setting up shop for the final 2.5 minutes.
And on comes Nick Freeman.
Long ball up. Cleared. Minute and a half to go. 2 minutes to go on my end. Another deep ball forward. Nothing.
And Bayo Akinfenwa is now playing. And Bayo Akinfenwa to the heart of defence is now.
That's exactly where you want him.
Pretty much to the heart of defence.
Stewart, another big.
That's exactly where you want him at this point in the game with the score.
Yeah, this isn't the sort of game Oxford. Yeah, This isn't the sort of pumping the ball into the box. Play at any stage. Literally just pumping the ball into the box. No. It doesn't suit them. You ain't got a choice. You got to do it. But you ain't got a choice. You got to do it.
Anthony Stewart getting a hug from Curtis Thompson there. He knows how important it's been. Anthony Stewart getting a hug from Curtis Thompson there. He knows how important it's been.
Look at this guy. Jesus, a unit of a human being. Well, Allsop's just kicked the ball out. So we've got a minute to play. It's the end of the season. What are they going to do with it? Long hoof forward. Stewart heads it clear. Again. Another long hoof forward. Headed clear by Jacobson. And Wycombe are on the ball with 30 seconds left.
Anthony Stewart up again. I'm behind you, Tom, obviously, but just Anthony Stewart up again. I'm behind you, Tom, obviously, but the whole game he has been there. Always
he is
there.
Going to be good in the championship.
The whole game he has been there.
Game in, game out. He is going to be a great player.
I mean, that's one thing you can say about Wycombe's style is that if they do want to, that's one thing you can say about possession and maintain the way they play, where they to go up. Concede possession and maintain the way they play, where they to go up. Then that won't really require a tactical change in that regard, because odds are against bigger clubs that won't really require a tactical change. Norwich, of course, are very much a ball ball-player team, they're going to be in the championship Norwich year, and there'll be a number of those ball-player team. They're going to be in the bigger budget next year, and there'll be a number of those sort of things with more money, bigger budget. Wycombe would probably have to play players, all of that sort of thing.
Right, so we're at 95 minutes. Probably have to play anyway. Ball's being moved forward. Anthony Stewart, for the 1000th time, has just won the ball.
I mean, Wycombe on my stream at the moment are just. Wycombe are trying to keep the ball in the corner, as you say, Tom. We're past the 90. Trying to keep the ball in the corner, as you say, Tom. We're past the 90. The 95. Is this?
I mean, this is.
Have we entered into extra time anyway?
And that is.
Have we entered into extra time anyway? Good save from Eastwood there. Oh, good save.
Wycombe are promoted.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Bollocks. Oh, there we go.
Extremely tough times.
Bollocks.
Yes.
I'm gonna cut. We need to obviously go in to do a full wrap on this, and then we'll put this up on our site. And obviously, Ian's an Oxford fan. We'd like to give him 30 seconds to compose himself before we do this. So very quickly, Ed, I think you're going to do the wrap up with us. So thank you for being here for this. But obviously, thank you for the next video as well. But thank you to all of you who've been on here: Jake Green, Roger Cantel, Matt Leanne, Sam Rathbone, Tom Day, Patrick Silka, PP69. Sam Rathbone, have I said your name already? But everyone who's been on here and commenting, we really appreciate it. It's really nice to do this with you guys and to follow the season together. And, you know, there's always next year, and fuck you, Ed Trotton.
Always. And can I just say, to round off, Anthony Stewart is on the pitch now. He's being embraced by every player. Anthony Stewart's on the pitch now, and he's being embraced by every player, particularly in a final of this nature. And you really do see everyone, particularly in a final of this nature, because what it means to everyone, contrast between the two and the reaction is because the contrast between the two and the reaction Oxford are absolutely devastated. Wycombe, on the other hand, for the first time in their history, absolutely devastated. Wycombe, on the other hand, for the first time in their history, now is going to be a nightmare playing the Championship. The traffic on a Saturday now is going to be a nightmare here. A mixed evening of feelings for me. So it's very much
all right, mate.
A mixed evening of feelings.
I'll catch you in the wrap up. Everybody for following. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.